because you couldn't get the file.
Right.
In order to get the file, you have to buy it.
I feel you.
So I think there is still some people that purchases music. I haven't purchased music anymore.
That's what I'm saying. If
not since they came out with Apple Music.
Right.
Man.
That's what I'm saying.
I love Apple Music, man.
I'm really, really curious about that though, because how can anybody expect to make money? People they giving it away.
Well, they're making money off streams, so you have to be able to make a certain amount of streams to be able to monetize it.
Let me explain to you this way. So let's say I get 3 cents per stream.
Yeah.
Right. Versus you paying 99 cents for the purchase of the song, and I make 25 cents. You see where I'm going with that? Mm-hmm. You would have to stream the hell out of my song at 3 cents per stream, which is bananas. See, and look, and see, dudes try to argue with me about that, bringing CDs back. If you want to make some money, man, look, there is a way to bring CDs back. And
here he go again.
Nah, listen to what I'm saying. Oh, you ain't connecting the dots, mama. If I own the content, peace God. If I own the content, right, and you don't have access to it until I sell it to you, even though you may go and put it on the internet, there's a way to cease and desist that from happening. All right. Yeah. I like those odds better than just putting it in the hands of somebody else, because you don't know how they marketing and promoting your songs. You get what I'm saying? Outside of, all right, I'm in here without an ashtray. Somebody got me. Peace. How y'all been, man?
Be aiming at old heads who's not conforming to technology that still have a CD player, because ain't nobody from my generation got. You don't even have a CD player.
No. See, you're not a hustler like me, so you're not gonna understand what I'm saying.
Oh, I understand.
So look, all right. So look. Let's the product. Let's switch product to braids. Okay.
Oh, you selling those all day?
I'm just saying though. Let's switch the product to braids.
Okay.
It's better to have the cash in your hand versus waiting a stimulus check or waiting for another company to send you your money. Do you understand what I'm saying now? If you got the physical product in your hand, you could do the hand-to-hand like a motherfucking drug deal right there on the spot.
Oh, you just want precious.
Meaning you can get your cash for your product that you're selling to people. If it's on CD or a thumb drive. I'm just looking at the hustle. Because what are you doing it for if you're not doing it for money? Right? Hello?
I don't. We're gonna agree to disagree on that one.
You ain't even trying to agree. That you can't even say that corny. Nah, man. You can't even say that corny ass shit because you not even trying to listen to agree. I said, I can't hustle talk to you because you don't hustle like that. You not even trying to understand, which is funny to me, because you work for a check. I mean, you know you get paid on a certain day. All right? But what if your check come on a Tuesday instead of a Friday? That's not going to make you happy.
Nah.
This nigga said nah. Anyway, so like I said, I'm talking about me understanding how streaming revenue works versus CDs. we had this conversation in the studio with some people, and of course, niggas is like, nah, CDs dead, blah, CDs.
Exactly.
See, don't talk if you not gonna build with me. I'm talking to them now because you ain't want to talk. So look, niggas is talking about CDs is dead, right? Let me tell you how I look at that though. You got people smoking loud, but there's still people that like to smoke Reggie.
Where they at?
Feel me? There are people that still like to smoke Reggie. I don't know where they at.
Exactly. Okay,
then. You, why are you talking? Let me get this off.
I
gave you the layup.
Somebody agree with him.
It ain't about agreeing. I'm trying to get to the understanding of I like to have my money in my hand. I don't want to wait for somebody to pay me or somebody else to handle my money. I don't understand how you don't get that, but you stay over there with that. I would rather take my chances in this, what did you call it? Old society of taking a CD and actually having a CD to sell somebody. Whether they got CD players or not, I'm not responsible for that. I have a product for sale. Either you're going to buy it or you're not. If you buy it, that money comes to me. There's no middleman. And how you ain't understanding that philosophy makes no sense to me. Because look at it this way. Let's say it takes them 4 months at 3 cents a stream. Let's say it takes them 4 months per quarter to send out checks for however many streams you get for your songs that you put on this digital platform, since everybody is digital. Okay, what if the check is $13? You trying to tell me it make motherfucking sense for me to wait 4 months or 3 months, however the quarter is broken down, 3-4 months for $13?
Nah,
when I could have went and bought me some CDs.
Nah, you ain't catching Beyonce on the stream.
When I could have just went and bought me some CDs and took that chance of selling my CDs. Hell, if I get off like 2-3 CDs in one day, I done made that $15. So people hustle backwards, man. Like, look, I'm a different animal. You can say what you want about people not having CD players. They do. Do they prefer playing CDs versus Bluetoothing and digital? That's a whole nother conversation. But don't sit here. I mean, look, okay, if you got an Xbox or a PlayStation, you playing CDs. As a matter of fact, they make you play CDs. There's no other way to play music and play video games. And I can't speak for PlayStation, but I know on the Xbox, you got to have a physical copy of a CD in order to play music while you're playing your game.
So now, game,
hold up though.
But when you play the game, what do you do?
Because you can't play, you can.
What do you do when you play the game to listen to music? What do you do?
It depends. If I have a CD to play, I'll play it. I'm gonna wait till you get done.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Okay.
I know it's something wrong. I know it's something wrong with you.
You should be able to go out there and make your money by pushing your CD. I understand the hustle and knocking out the middleman. I get it.
No, you don't.
I do get it.
No, you don't.
I do.
Because you gotta understand the mind state of a hustler in order to be in the conversation, and you don't already express. So what's your
target market? Who you going after?
See, that's what you're not grasping the concept. It doesn't matter.
Okay.
You focusing on the wrong shit. If I gotta wait 3 months for a $13 check from all of the streaming that's been happening, I would rather put together a CD in this day and age and go out here and try to sell it for $5. Once again, see, y'all two the same. Y'all not listening to me.
I heard you.
No. I'm not even talking to you. Wait. But I'm not talking to you. Who buys CDs these days? people who want to play CDs when they play their Xbox. So I was trying to get to that analogy. There are millions of Xboxes being sold. You trying to tell me a dude who can't plug up a thumb drive to their Xbox that like to sit there all day long and listen to music, they'll either play something outside of that, maybe on a Bluetooth speaker. There are other options. I get that. We're not arguing that point. Matter of fact, that ain't even important shit to this conversation. What I'm saying to you is, if iTunes and Spotify and Pandora is going to pay me $13 in 3 months, how y'all ain't getting what I'm saying?
Can I say?
I'm not done. I'm talking to somebody. I'm not gonna wait 3 months for no $13 check. I would rather go out. Why would someone? What are you saying? I would rather go out, take the chance of finding somebody that actually buy CDs. Matter of fact, I don't even care if you don't got a CD player. If you buy the CD, money is in my hand. Y'all not getting my point. I'm going to take the investment of my music and wait for somebody else to pay me a $13. Like, come on, man. If you ain't understanding what I'm saying, you ain't a hustler.
I understand. Plus, we've had multiple guests that say you don't really make a lot of money off of streams.
So you're taking a risk with that concept. How? Explain how I'm taking a risk. Please do.
Did you hear what I said?
No.
Because we've had multiple guests that say that you don't make money off of streams. So you do have to do other things to make your money back. For you to sit up here and say, I don't hustle and I don't have to talk to you. I don't have to take you outside.
Nah, B, we not having the same conversation.
I understand what you're saying.
Even talking to her right now, she ain't getting it.
I understand what you're saying, because if you take that philosophy, like you said, and apply it to any other product, braids, somebody was selling mirrors with lights around them.
Matter of fact, I'm gonna do y'all one better for you laymen's in attendance. So, do you remember you used to go to McDonald's and take how many ketchup packages you want? You'll grab a whole head full of them shits, right? Take them to the crib, leave them in your car, leave them in your whatever, right? They switched it up on y'all to where they only gonna give you, if they give you any, if you ask for the shit, all right? A genius at one of them corporate meetings said, man, I can tell y'all how we can save XYZ amount of dollars. Let's stop giving these motherfuckers 50 million ketchup packages, because I got a whole box full of them shits at the crib. And that's damn near every household where they was losing, who knows, millions of dollars on just fucking ketchup. Now they won't even give you a napkin with your fucking food or ketchup unless you ask for it. Ketchup is ketchup. Music is music. Hustling is hustling. So if you're not a hustler, regardless, because let me explain something to you. Y'all theory and the way y'all looking at things and the way you saying this is obsolete is bullshit. And I'm going to tell you why. People buy antique cars. People buy antique equipment just to have it. So what I'm trying to get y'all to understand, you focusing on the wrong thing that I'm saying. I'm talking about De Niro. So if I get you to buy my CD for $5, I sell 3 in one day. It's mathematics here. That's $15 versus me waiting 3 months for these streaming platforms to send me a check for my music. And it's only $13. How y'all not doing the math in this conversation? Y'all focusing on CDs is obsolete. The money ain't. But only a hustler will understand what I'm saying, man. I would rather take that chance of finding people. There are people who still play records. Do you own a record player? That doesn't make it obsolete. And that doesn't mean that it doesn't exist and it can't happen. I feel the same way about CDs. It's a digital medium. Albums are analog. You gonna sit there and argue with a DJ that likes to spin records? Exactly. There's somebody that said they like to buy CDs. I am not alone. All right.
Hello.
Right.
Welcome
But
to the
feel
Real
me
Rap
though.
Talk podcast.
There are DJs that don't want to mix with digital music. The art of them going out and album shopping and finding gems and classic albums still exists to this day.
Okay, so DJs are a market. So when you talk about selling CDs, you have to figure out who the market is.
See, now she's going to tell me how to hustle.
I ain't
A
talking
minute
about
ago, you ain't know nothing. Look, I'm trying to teach you something, so learn it. You can't learn if you talking. I'm giving y'all game. Matter of fact, not just you, to all of these artists out here that is doing the same thing and ain't making no motherfucking money. My hat say CEO for a reason. I know what the fuck I'm talking about. There is a way. Everybody want to take the easy out. Okay. Lazy motherfuckers don't make no money. Right? Lazy motherfuckers who rather just get a check instead of get out here and grind. We would not have as many millionaires and billionaires as we do in this country if we got to listen to y'all. Feel me? I'm talking about money. Y'all talking about CDs. Y'all talking about product. And I gave y'all out. I gave this motherfucker still smoking Reggie, man. Everybody not smoking loud. This motherfuckers out here doing crack. You feel me? It's motherfuckers buying cheap liquor versus the $18,000 bottle of liquor. And it's the same shit. Y'all want to argue apples and oranges, and I don't understand how y'all not understanding. I'm talking about money. I'm talking about hustling. Y'all being petty in particular, your ass is going to be broke. Just a hustler's language, man. You can't tell me. Been hustling all my life, y'all. I'm the same nigga. At 7 years old, I had a shoe shine stand. Who the fuck does that? A hustler. And I guarantee you, my little orange pumpkin was filled up with cash by the end of the day because I'm a hustler. So ain't no non-hustling ass nigga gonna tell me how to get paper. You don't get a hat like this being broke. All right? You're not going to tell me how to hustle. Watch me make it work. Because all I got to do to prove y'all wrong is sell 3 CDs for $5 a pop. Argument over with. There's nothing to debate. What I'm trying to do is reach out to some of these young brothers who don't even see the value in these streaming platforms the same way that I do. Because it don't take me long to understand if a hustle is even worth the investment. And see, this is where I'm at with it. CDs cost what? $20. Watch this. Watch this. Let me break it down for you. You can probably get 50 CDs for $20. Maybe. All right? Let's go off with that. If only I sell 3 out of 50, $5 a pop. I done proved my point. I didn't have to wait 3 months from a streaming service just to get that $15. Got that $15, I got my ass and I hustle for it. But let's flip the script. Let's say I sell all 50. 15, that 65. So I just made 650. No. Oh, 5. 650. Y'all do the math for me. 50 times 50 times 15, 50 times 5. What is it? 50 times 5. So that I'm at $250 in a day, in a week, in a month. It don't matter. It still outperforms having my shit put on a streaming platform with me getting off my ass, going out here and hustle. And that's $250 in my pocket, not nobody else's pocket. I don't have to share that shit with nobody just because I took the $20 risk. Now, if you played a $10 lottery ticket and it don't hit, you took a $10 risk. If you did it twice a week and it ain't hit, you took a $20 risk. I'm doing better than you because you ain't making no money. So you can't tell a nigga that hustle how to count. They taught me this shit way back. You understand what I'm saying? This is not what the show is supposed to be about, but it's funny how we here. So I'm going to get off of that. You can rewind this shit and go back and see exactly how right I am. It is what it is. K-Anonymous, MC Bass, Real Rap Talk Podcast. How's everybody doing?
Don't get no money outside of making a check.
Man, I don't speak broke.
Oh, we going.
I'm sorry. I'm from Trenton, man. Trenton makes the world takes, baby. I'm from Trenton. We don't do that. Hustle's hustle. Trying to make $1 out of 15. I felt that in my spirit. I ain't been right ever since. I don't speak broke. I'm sorry. Like, come on, man. And this ain't no, but you're not gonna tell me how to hustle. I'm sorry. I'm actually offended.
He's offended.
I'm offended.
He is offended.
I'm offended that a motherfucker will be, oh, it's just $15. Yeah, it's $15. When you ain't got no money, that $15 come through. I done been poor. I know how to break $15 down and stretch that for a whole week. I don't know about it in today's society, but I done it before. And people that come from the same background that I come from, you had to stretch out $15. Let me show you how you do it. You buy a loaf of bread. You get you some bologna meat. You get you some cheese. You get you some cheese, you being fancy. You know what I mean? You might need to buy 2 loaves of bread and get you some peanut butter and jelly to go with that shit. And you gonna eat maybe even a pack of oodles and noodles, right? And you ain't gotta worry about food because you got that shit to stretch you during the week, right? And don't talk about Murray's Steakhouse. Oh, we was killing Murray's Steakhouse. That good, nasty ass meat. You go to Murray's Steakhouse, you could budget. You could buy you a box, a case of motherfucking chopped up steaks with some peppers and onions in it and shit. So you could be fancy with your peanut butter jelly and your bread and your motherfucking oodles and noodles, man. If you ain't cut from that cloth, you're not going to understand what I'm talking about, man. Been here, been real. Long time. I done been in a motherfucking refrigerator where, nigga, I seen my reflection. It was a whole motherfucking ice cube tray in that motherfucker. Wasn't no food in there. So what I'm supposed to do? Rub 2 nickels together. What up, cuz out? Telling them about the struggle, man. Niggas trying to tell me how to hustle. Like, I ain't come from Trenton. You crazy as hell. Man, recognize, man. Poverty will make you or break you. You feel me? Poverty will make you get out here and hustle. Or it'll break you. Some niggas still broke to this day. Some niggas gonna stay broke. You know what I mean? Some niggas like the part-time hustle. Nigga, I eat shit, live and breathe this shit. Everything I got around me got a dollar value on it. I don't play that. You know what I mean? Everything in your house got a dollar value on it. Whether it's your house or somebody else's house. Somebody hustled to get that. You feel me? Put the milk on the roof during the winter. What? What? Well, you can unplug the refrigerator? They don't know about that. Artist Blind, yo, my mom had a whole meal in the snow on the roof. I'm glad you said that, yo. Real shit. So we can unplug the refrigerator, K. What you know about that?
I ain't from Trenton.
You ain't gotta be from Trenton. Understand the story. Unplug the refrigerator so it don't run the power bill up type shit.
No, I don't know nothing about that.
Mm-hmm.
I had other struggles.
Yo, you killed me with that one, bro. You took me way back, cuz I remember my mom doing that shit. I'm looking at her like she crazy, but it made sense. I'm like, yeah, it's cold as fuck outside. Fuck it. Word to spawn. So what you got for me, man? Let's get this show cracking. I got shit to do.
You said you want to talk about DMX.
Yeah, but I don't want to. I don't want to do that now. I'm giving you the platform. Go, baby.
You good? Go ahead.
You changed your mind on me.
Yeah, we know.
All right, well, let's get in. Let's get into this DMX situation, man. First of all, R.I.P. to that brother. Now, it's some people on here that's gonna relate to what I'm about to build on, and some people just not gonna get it. So, I've heard differences of opinions about his drug use and the cause and effect, and he shouldn't this, and he should have had people around him, and blah blah blah. Blackouts in the PJs, everybody coming in. Facts, you already know that. We nosy little motherfucker, man. We about to set it out. But look though, so I had a cousin who, excuse me, the rap he ended up taking in life, with us being so close in age, right? I'm trying to tell this story and not shame him in the same breath, but I got to tell the truth. So here we go. I had a cousin who had it rough coming up, all right? And the love that he wanted and the love that he witnessed other people get in the family, he didn't get that love unless he was around us. What's even more crazier, as I got to understand a little later on, he used to come to our house from time to time and go in our refrigerator. And we was already poor, but my mother fed this nigga anyway. All right, it's family. Me being a little kid, like, yo, this nigga eating my cereal. I'm the only child in the crib. So I'm feeling some kind of way about the shit, but I love the nigga. I get it. He poured in me. He poured in us, and we're poor. So you do the math on that shit. This nigga walking around hungry, right? He comes to our crib. He let us know he needs something to eat. We feed him. Even though it was taken away from us, we still had to survive that way. That's real family shit, all right? But let me explain to you. I always saw him when he came to see us. I've never been in his house before, right? So after a while, you get this built up image in your head. You know, it ain't nothing to try to embarrass him or no shit like that. It's just about understanding, like, why is he this way, right? So one day, I was able to go to his crib in Divine Land, the housing part. I don't really call it Divine Land, but it is. All right. But when I get to his crib, I seen it. I saw it, yo. I saw roaches and dirty dishes and like, it was almost, the house could have just been fucking abandoned with all that shit in there. There was no love in that house is what I'm getting at. No love. It was just a house that had running water and heat and smelly furniture and poverty all over this motherfucker, man. So now I understand why he was the way he was, right? Didn't change the love, didn't change nothing. It just gave me the perspective of how you moving. You feel me? My grandfather, we would always somehow end up at my grandpa's crib. Big ballin' ass Al Merch. We be at his crib. When we with him, he paying for everything. He treating you. You feel me? Like, nigga, we going to fancy restaurants. You ain't poor no more. You ain't poor no more while you with him. You feel me? If you need something, he like, shit, you need money for clothes? Go wash my car. You need money for clothes? Go out in the backyard, and he ain't give you a job to make you earn that money. He ain't just gonna give you no money. So now we learning how to hustle. Now we learning how to provide and you know what I mean, work for what we want instead of just having our hand out. Different perspectives, right? So boom. When the drug scene hit, because my whole family smoke trees, man. Like, that shit is in us. I'm quite sure some of y'all family members is the same way. The peace pipe is how we get down, right? But when crack came, my cousin became a drug dealer, per se. He was a runner, wasn't no kingpin, no shit like that. But now he's able to put a little bit of money in his pocket and take care of himself and do some things, right? Now, here's why I compare DMX's story to his story. When I moved to where he lived at, later on down the line, I moved to Divine Land. I used to go to certain spots to get trees. And because I was so young, sometimes niggas ain't want to sell me shit, you know what I mean? And then other times niggas ain't give a fuck. So when you want to have a good time and get high, you don't have to go through all of that red tape shit. Nigga, you a drug dealer. Sell me the drugs. You know what I mean? So my cousin was my plug when I first moved into this area. So I could just go out on the block. Probably took me like 2 minutes to find this nigga and be like, yo, sell me a joint or some shit, right? Then I can go about my business, go chill with my friends and my lady friends, go have fun, whatever we was doing, right? One day, this nigga came to my crib, knocked on the door. I ain't sent for him. I ain't asked for him. He just showed up. And he came in my room and he said, I got something to show you. And I'm like, yo, fuck you mean? What you got? I'm thinking nigga about to hook me up, nigga. You know what I mean? Like you been doing. It wasn't weed. The nigga had crack. So I'm looking at the nigga like, yo, I'm the little cousin now. He the big cousin. This is how the DMX shit is similar. So I'm like, yo, what the fuck, nigga? Like, what are you doing? He trying to tell me about the high and all of this shit. I ain't take the bait, though. I'm looking at my man like, you know, it's new. I still don't know exactly the ramifications or the consequences of fucking with this drug. But he pulls out a pipe. He hits the shit. The nigga offered me some. I said, nah, I'm good. I'm over there on the bed with my trees. But now I know he smokes crack. This isn't at the point where we knew crack was whack just yet, right? But that's his thing. That's what he do, right? So I want to say, and I'm guessing on the timeline, I want to say maybe 4 or 5 months. It was a close, it might even been shorter than that. But let me get to this though. One day, we get a knock on the door. And I look through the peephole. It's the neighborhood kingpin and some other nigga carrying my cousin. When I open up the door, he all busted up, bloody, beat up looking and shit. So I'm like, yo, I'm looking like, yo, what the fuck? So the niggas was like, I forgot the bullshit that they told us that had happened to him, but my mother was there. So we pulled him in the crib, told him thank you for bringing him whatever bullshit story they told. We laid him on the couch. something about he needs some milk or some shit, right? That's why they need some milk. Shit is funny to me because I think about that. But anyway, so he laying on the couch, fucked up. I don't know what's going on with this nigga. I'm just trying to understand. I know the two people that brought him there, but I don't understand the situation. So after listening and him talking to my mom, he was like in and out and shit, you know what I mean? She taking care of this nigga, trying to get this nigga right, whatever. What I got from that shit, somehow he smoked up the product. And I don't know what torture it might have been, yo. It might have been. I don't know what method of torture, because he had both. He had that PCP around that time too. I don't know what method of torture or abuse he endured to be fucked up like he was, but they brought him to the crib, to his people, which is what real motherfuckers should do. And I appreciate those that did that instead of just pulling out your fucking phone and filming a nigga. And you see I'm going with that? Anyway, so they brought him to his people crib. We took care of him. He got back on his feet. He back out there. He back out there hustling. He back out there doing what he do. Now, at some point in time, I started to understand the extent of his drug use was getting bad. It's embarrassing to the family. It's embarrassing to him. It's embarrassing, can't say to his mom, because his mom also was a drug user. So this is where I'm going with it, man. You don't know about people's backgrounds, what made them how they are. People just see some shit, they quick to say something, they quick to judge without really trying to grasp full understanding, which means you don't give a fuck about me. You just being nosy. People like that, will make me cuss you the fuck out, give you the middle finger, probably fucking spit on you like Tupac or some shit, because I don't like motherfuckers like that. If you don't genuinely care about somebody, you ain't standing on nothing. And that's even in your own fucking family. And I think that's weird. You'll come out here and treat another human being however the fuck you want to treat another human being. But then you want to get around your people and act like you're different when you're not. You're only fooling the motherfuckers that's dumb enough to fall for that shit. You feel me? So here's where him and X. So somehow he ended up going down south before I even was in the picture with this down south shit, right? And I knew that was a good look for him. He left. So when I finally came down here, this nigga was back in school, doing good, having a childhood, basically, adolescence, which is weird because you think about that darkness we came out of to the light, but he was here doing better, right? So boom, went to school. I don't think he played, probably he played basketball or whatever, but now you got a whole different community. You fucking with different people. You're not threatened by the boogeyman of the streets and shit, because you down south. It's a little different down here. It's a little bit more laid back. Perfect setup for him to come up out of that darkness, right? So he got a chance to spend time with his father for the first time in his life, which I thought was special, because every man needs that bond. I was so fucking happy that he got a chance to experience that. So I want to say from like 81 to 87, he had that. He had that, his father, man. Like, he been with his mother all this time. Shit wasn't working. His mother treated him like shit. Like, I actually seen this shit. So I understood his pain and why he went the route he went. His mother had 2 kids. Well, actually 3. 2 boys and the girl. But his mother treated him like the black sheep of the family. So I really understood his pain. Matter of fact, this nigga big. Not big like fat big, but big like, yeah, fuck you up big. I knew he could fight. Something I saw when I was a little kid. He was coming through Martin Luther King Park one day. We was playing football in the baseball field. And it's a family of bullies in every section where I'm from. It's like certain motherfuckers, you know, they gonna fuck with you if they get the chance to, right? So somehow, for whatever reason, I didn't get it, but I think I'm like 7 or 8. The bullies saw him after he left me and was leaving. And I saw them mush him in the head. And I don't give a fuck about them niggas. I throw rocks. I make them bully niggas chase me. I ain't give a fuck about them niggas. You had to catch me. They didn't scare me. Matter of fact, them niggas was out there for fun. I used to piss the man. Look, anyway, so they was mushing my cousin in the head. So I dropped the football and I run over there, but I don't see him throwing no punches or retaliating. And I'm trying to understand, nigga, I know you can fight. Why you letting these bitch ass niggas punk you like that? So I'm his little cousin following behind talking shit, cause I'ma torment them niggas later on when it get dark. You feel me? I already know. So, but he ain't fight back. And I didn't understand that shit. Like he had his head down, whatever he was going through, way heavy on his mind, that he ain't beat these niggas' ass. And I know he could have whooped their ass. He just took the abuse. He took it. So let's fast forward to him being here. So now he's down south doing good. Got his father in his life, man. The family is changing, all of that shit, but it's not a bad thing. One day I'm outside having the time of my life with my little cousin. It snowed. We done found some sleds and some hills. We out there getting it in all day, sliding down the hill, going back up, sliding down the hill. Get home and we get this phone call that my uncle died in a car wreck. And already knew we about to go down south. So niggas pack up, get in contact with the family, who you riding with, whatever. We get ready for this long ass drive to come down here for this funeral. And we get here, man, and this one get together was different than all the other get togethers, because my uncle was a beloved person, all right, by everybody. When I tell you this nigga was the funniest motherfucker on the planet, man, oh my God, when him and my uncle Jimbo got together, nigga. But anyway, that pain was in the house. We barely saw my cousin. Matter of fact, nigga was at the hotel with some chick. He didn't come around the family during that time. And it was weird because it's like, yo, what's going on with cuz? Because technically, we're here for us. We're here for his mother. We're here for everybody else. But more importantly, we're here for you and you ain't even around. So it's like we just functioning until the wake and the funeral. So we get to the wake. That's the family shit. And man, look, man, we cried. Like it wasn't real to us until we saw him. We cried. We cried together, man. And that pain carried over into the next day, which was the funeral, right? Now, you know, they have the positions for the family, and there's an ass of us that came down here for this funeral. So all the people who was here, they ain't really had nowhere to sit because we was deep. So he wasn't there. But when he did come, I guess his partners was trying to get him to come in. And as soon as he walked in the door and got a glimpse of the casket, he turned back around. That reality, he couldn't handle. He couldn't face that shit. And it's crazy because you should have seen the motherfuckers trying to restrain this big nigga and they couldn't. So he burst up out the funeral home. He couldn't handle that pain. So understand what I'm saying. for about 5 years, this man was able to be pain-free for the first time in his motherfucking life. And then all of a sudden, out the clear blue, he lost the man that he's been longing to be with and around for all of his life, versus the way his mother treated him and how life treated him and how poverty whooped his ass. He had that moment. He had that opportunity to feel that love and that security that came with that, right? Now, I told you he was a model citizen from that time. What happened though, after that, his level of I don't give a fuck went through the roof, to the point that, not to brag, but this man became a legend for all the wrong reasons. Now, we all come from that, well, not all, but some of us come from that fighting background where we understand violence and, you know what I mean, one-on-ones and things of that nature, and winning, winning the fight, all of that shit, right? So to paint this picture to where you could understand me better, he wasn't necessarily a troublemaker, but he ain't take no shit, and he had some rage in his heart. He had a stain on his heart. Again, it's a new stain, added on top of the other stain that he tried to bury and cover up. Now, the beautiful part was he was able to do it without drugs the second time. I don't know when the drugs came back into his life here, but I seen some shit that he did, and it's funny as hell. So we came down here to visit on another occasion, probably a year later, right? And like I said, we all smoke. So you live here. Where the weed at? You know we smoke. We ain't bring the shit with us, or we smoke what we was coming down here with. We need you to get us a bag. Here's how I knew something was off. It was probably 2 o'clock in the afternoon when we gave this nigga the money to go get us some trees. We ain't see this nigga till 10 o'clock at night. Okay? I mean, we sitting around here waiting all day for this nigga to bring us some weed. He ain't come through. And then when he did come through, it was some bullshit ass weed. So we pissed. Like, I'm ready to fight this nigga because you made me sit around here, nigga, and wait 8 hours for this garbage ass weed, nigga. What the fuck is going on down south, my nigga? Like, yo. Then he disappeared. He was gone. We probably ain't see this nigga for a couple of days later. So now, light bulb. Let me find out this. They got crack down here and this nigga smoking in the country some damn way, right? So we didn't stay long. So there was no real connection to doing the full investigation. He fucked us over on the trees. We ended up going back to church, right? But I remember shit. So now we get to that point where I'm starting to come down here a little bit more because they don't want me to get in trouble in the city. So now I'm coming down here for the summer, probably 15. So I'm down here. I personally didn't see any red flag shit. You know what I mean? I ain't really seen nothing. Like niggas that drink fucking quarts of OE, hang out, you know what I mean? Go over somebody's house, play cards or some shit like that, smoke a little herb, go to the club, get into some shit. You know, the regular shit that motherfuckers do down south. That's what I saw. I didn't personally know a whole lot of people here. I was getting to know people. But as time went on, I started to hear things. Like he had a shorty. He would leave his shorty at the crib. Man, this chick would be playing spades all day, just pass time. Little shit, right? But then I would hear things, and then I would see behaviors, and I would question like, yo, my nigga, what the fuck is wrong with you? Like, I ain't trying to get all into your business, but, you know, you acting different. What is going on with you? Where you going with it? And come on, this is the big cousin that all other little cousins love. You feel me? But being close to this brother, there's not one person in his whole motherfucking family that could tell this story that I'm about to tell. I'm the gatekeeper of his secrets. So me and this nigga cousin, but we was raised like brothers. I understand. We could talk. We don't have to be all hugged up and loving, and it's here, nigga. It's in the heart. Certain things don't need to be said. Like, I could be mad at you, but you know I love you, and if anything pop off, nigga, I'm here. These are things that don't need to be said. He knows. He could be an asshole, but that's my asshole. You understand what I'm saying? That's how you look at that shit. Nigga might punch me a little bit too hard. Nigga, that shit really hurt. But I still love you. You feel me? I saw something, I want to say, he started getting locked up down here. And at first, I thought it was because he was beating everybody's ass and getting into fights and things of that nature, right? Because that's what I started to see after his pop died. He told you, this nigga, I don't give a fuck, was on 200. This nigga was just fucking people up. So this is a different cousin. This is the cousin that should have fucked the bullies up, but he didn't. So I'm like, yo, you wildin', my nigga, like, but I'm wildin' too. So there's no adult direction or nobody being the bigger person and none of this shit, nigga. We wildin' together. You feel me? So we get to that point where he in jail, he out of jail, he in jail, he out of jail. By that time, I done made relationships down here. I don't need this nigga to get around and go find trees or go find women and all of that shit. I done planted my flag for myself. So now I'm separating myself from his glow. All right. But as I'm out here being around people, I'm hearing things that sound familiar. And I'm like, nah. So let's fast forward to, I want to say 91. And this is when I knew something was wrong. He went from being down south for 10 years to going back to Jersey. And what I thought was a strange ass move. Because he kept getting in trouble with the law and grandma had enough with this nigga. So, and I'm like, yo, that's the first time I ever saw my grandma cuss. So I know she was mad at this nigga. Like, that shit caught me off guard. So he comes back. Hell no, nigga. You know I'm a Cowboy fan. Don't play with me, boy. Anyway, he back in Jersey. And an incident happened, a famous incident that people back home know about at Father Rocco. I came home probably a month after he went back. And then that bullshit happened. So I'm like, yo, the day this shit happened, me and this nigga was on the phone. I was like, yo, I got 2 shorties coming to the crib. Whatever, nigga. I got 2 shorties coming to the crib. What you doing? Like, yo, I'm about to holler at my grandpa, make this money real quick or whatever. Then I'm going to come and holler at you, right? So, boom. Shorties came, smoked out, did what we had to do, whatever. I forgot about this nigga. Wake up the next day. My routine was get up, go get a Lucy, go get a newspaper, speak to the neighborhood, whatever, and get my day started. I'm reading this story about an incident that happened, and they looking for a 6 motherfucker. So I knew who the niggas was because I went to school with these niggas, but I ain't know nothing about who the 6 motherfucker was. So I want to say I stayed up on this story, same routine, for a whole week. And by the end of the week, the story in the newspaper was different. They caught the 6 motherfucker. Here's what's crazy. When I read the story, of course I was high, but I read the story. They had the name first, the age, where he was from, and then the story and how he connected to what was already going on, right? But then I put the paper down, and something said, read that shit again. So I pick up the paper, and I'm like, yo, it's this nigga. I'm like, how? I went to school with these niggas. What is you doing hanging with these motherfuckers? Like, that shit didn't make sense to me, right? So now I'm putting two and two together. The thing that threw me off about the name, I never knew his middle name, ever. So when I read it, it threw me off with the, anyway. So now I'm like, yo, that's my people. So boom, here's the situation. You became a brawler. You found a way to take all that anger and that rage and that frustration and beat niggas' ass and get into fights and just wild out, let it all go, right? To being here in a situation that shouldn't have happened. Matter of fact, I think the nigga was set up, but that's neither here nor there. So somehow, instead of coming back home and being with yo niggas, you basically came home and was with niggas my age and got me looking at you type strange like, how you do that? Because all the niggas you came up with, they balling ass niggas. Why you fucking with these young niggas? Like, how? Like, nigga, that shit made no sense to me. But long story short, he got a 5-year bid behind this bullshit. So, nobody's down south, okay? We in communication. I'm in Jersey for probably a whole year. I'm wilding out myself. So, I comes down south. Me and him, we in constant communication. I think the whole time he was there, I went to see the nigga probably about 3 times. His brother and everybody else still stayed in Jersey. So his brother came down here. And this is no darts thrown at you, family, if you watching this, but you know it's real. So when his brother came here, he just so happened to call. So he on the other phone in the other end of the house. I'm on the other end telling the nigga to pick up the phone because he didn't know he was there. So I'm listening to the conversation because he's talking to both of us. And he said some shit to me. He asked his brother, he was like, hey man, how you entering, but you ain't come to see me one time? And I'm on the other end of the phone like, I ain't never thinking about, nigga, what the fuck, nigga? Like, once again, some things don't need to be said, so I'm fucked up like, yeah, nigga, how the fuck is you in Trent? You ain't been to see this nigga? I'm way down south. I don't want to see this nigga 3 times. With bad female so he could just have something to look at. You feel me? Like, come on, you ain't went to see your brother? So he told us, like, yo, nigga, he said, Alan, way down south. This nigga done been to see me 3 times. You a few blocks away from where I'm locked up at or whatever, and you ain't came to see me once, and your man ain't had no words. So I'm looking at little Cuzzo type strange, like, what type of nigga are you? You ain't even go see your brother, dog? So, whatever. From that conversation, I understood I'm more of a brother to him than his own brother was. But it's always been that way. He's supposed to do 5 years. We made an agreement. I'm going to come down here for 5 years while you do your bid. When you get out, you come back here. I go back to Jersey. This nigga get into a riot in the motherfucking county and fuck some guard up or some shit and got 5 more years. So now I'm like, nigga, I'm not coming back. I done planted my flag, nigga. I got shorties down here. Like, you done fucked the whole game up. So now I'm going to take over. You do your 10, nigga. And it is what it is. He does his 10. See this nigga? Get the phone call. Pick this nigga up. I go get him. We're here. We talk. Things are different. Little cuz done turned into big cuz. Respect that. Everybody in the whole town talking about little cuz the same way they talk about big cuz. But I seen something. I don't know when it happened. But that jealousy shit, man, that's why I don't fuck with that emotion, yo. That jealousy shit, this nigga said something to me that bothered me. The nigga was like, yo, I envy what you did. And immediately, I cussed him the fuck out. Nigga, don't you never say no shit like that to me again. Me and you, way we know, nigga, we don't do envy in this family. I'm sorry, nigga. Like, I was offended by you saying not a compliment, nigga. I'm offended. Maybe he should have changed his wording, but it just so happened that's exactly what the fuck he was feeling. He spoke it into existence. Now I gotta watch this nigga the way I've been watching all these other niggas while I've been doing my thing. So I'm like, no, not big cuz. Nigga, you the reason I'm here. How the fuck can you switch sides? So I'm watching. I'm giving him game. All the mistakes I made, I'm going to throw you these bones. Don't go to these fucking commercial credit places and because they going to give you the money and charge you 333% on your loan, nigga. I'm going to show you how to build your credit because I fucked my shit up, all that. Try to put him up on game. This nigga did the opposite of everything that I tried to put this nigga up on, man. Nigga, we ain't got a car, we ain't got a job. Like, how many niggas you know get hooked up like that? You know what I mean? So you straight. You on your feet. Funny how that 45-day tag turned into a 3-month tag, though. And I'm like, nigga, don't do that. Don't fuck up. Get your insurance, get whatever. This nigga, back on his bullshit. Somebody hooked you up with a job. A good job, not just no regular ass job. It's niggas who ain't gonna went to jail, ain't getting the money you getting, my nigga. You got hooked up with a good job to the point where you got a car. It's like you back on your feet. The 10 years ain't mean nothing, right? And you fucked that up. Because his ex-chick boyfriend worked. It's some corny shit, man. Corny shit. But you threw the beginning of your new life and your new foundation away over some corny ass bullshit. So I let him have it. Like, nigga, no, you are going in the wrong fucking direction. How you gonna sit here and say you envy what I got, nigga, and you are a danger to yourself? Now, you could try to help people if they want to receive the help, all right? But that's just it. Your intentions may be good on everything, but they gotta want to receive it. They gotta want the help. And see, a lot of times, we do that shit that our mothers do, man. Our love is unconditional. We force it on you. We push it on you. We get mad. We get ready to punch you in your motherfucking face because we love you. And sometimes that ain't good enough. Because what I learned over time after all of that shit happened, this nigga was more accustomed to fake love than real love. I don't think you heard me. He was so fucked up that the ass kissing and the dick riding was more important to him than the love that his family had for him. The love, like that real shit. That real shit you've been begging for your whole motherfucking life. And I take it back to when your father died. You don't trust it. Feel me? He didn't trust the real love. See how him and X, the story sound the same. It's hard to trust the real love when that pain cuts so deep. When you could say, well, I could not give a fuck or pretend I don't give a fuck and do stupid shit to get attention and be grimy, however you paint the scenario, right? But it's that deep that I'm not going to fuck with you, but I'm going to beat his ass. I'm not going to do this to you, but I'm going to do this to her type shit. And there are people out there who they have to have that outlet. for when they get into that dark place. So now I'm gonna get back to the drug shit, right? So he went down this whole spiral, man. It was crazy as hell, to the point where I felt like you are threatening everything that I got going on right now, and I ain't having that. Not even for you. I'm not about to let you come in here with your bullshit and destroy everything that I built for us, not me, for the family that was here, what we had going on. You not about to come fuck this up. Nigga, it will end to motherfucking day. So rather than me and him bumping heads, he understood. I gotta go away. Because what we not gonna do is this whole back and forth thing. Either you here with us or you out there with them. I'm not gonna let you take this woman who basically put me on my feet, who I love dearly, who I would kill for, because you want to act juvenile. She too old for that. She done enough and above and beyond for you, nigga. So if you can't be who you need to be, get the fuck away from all of us. Now, there's some very immature people in the family who love this nigga that didn't like that. I didn't care. Because you wasn't there to understand what was about to take place. Now, I'm going to give them game. Somehow, some way, this crack shit came into the picture. And I didn't understand how you go from here to that quick. Like, that was always your bottom. You've been running from your bottom all this time. But this is why they're not giving a fuck shit. I don't like it. If you don't give a fuck, my nigga, and you ain't on some going out in the blaze of glory shit, shut the fuck up with your I don't give a fuck. Cause it's a cry for help. It's a motherfucker that want attention. You want somebody to believe you don't give a fuck. Come on, man. What the fuck you mean? If you ain't about to blow everybody up out this bitch, shut the fuck up. Nobody care about that shit.
Why is you testing that gangster?
You stupid. Don't know. Ain't nobody believe in that shit, man. Real niggas do real things. This nigga ends up going to jail for 8 more years. Now, I'll tell you what's crazy about this trip. I done already washed my hands of the situation. What I was told was supposed to happen didn't happen. So you done already lost me in a way with certain things, certain moves that you made. But now you got everybody else fooled. And I'm like, wow, they don't see this shit. They don't get it. They so enamored in the bullshit that you selling these motherfuckers that they don't understand. It's right there in front of your motherfucking face. So he goes to jail for 8 more years on some dumb ass shit. Matter of fact, this is how I knew something was wrong with the nigga. This nigga went to court and paid child support, agreed to pay child support for a child he knew wasn't his. So you basically put yourself back into the system when you didn't have to do that, my nigga. You could have just took care of the nigga like you been doing. Why you put them peoples in your business? That shit made no sense. So now I'm red flag. Something wrong. This ain't about him and her. I don't know what voodoo shit this chick put on my cousin, yo, but this nigga lost everything for this girl. It's weird. So he does 8. Now, trying to be a noble person, some shit had happened where the way he explained it to me, his girl was the queen pin per se. But because she had kids, he went ahead and took the charge for her because he didn't want her separated from her kids. Now, I know some motherfuckers would be like, Oh, that was noble. Nah, nigga, that was stupid. I'm gonna tell you why I was stupid. Because he did get the 8 years, along with some other motherfuckers, right? The chick died 2 years after he went to jail, prison. So now you in prison for 6 more motherfucking years for a person who ain't even fucking here no more. So how noble is that? So he gets out. Well, no, I take that back. He told me he got married while he was in jail. You know how niggas do it. Nigga, when you fucking finding wives at in prison, nigga. But anyway, nigga mad. We kicking it on the phone. He asked me to come pick him up. This nigga's in Myrtle Beach. I've been down here this whole time. Ain't never thought to go to no fucking Myrtle Beach. All right. We go pick this nigga up. But before I did that, I wanted to know what your plan was. Like, I don't even want to bring you back here, my nigga, if this ain't correct. Because you done already showed your ass. Like, to me, it wasn't so much as a reflection on me that I was concerned about, but it was more so, why would you come to the same hellhole? If this is not what it was for you, what it started out to be, and things ain't having that same vibe, because come on, man, you just did 10. You just did 18. You just did a whole fucking adult in the bean. And you expecting what, my nigga? Like, there's no jobs here. Like, nigga, what the fuck are you coming here for? There's nothing here for you. So he had the opportunity. We got people down in the A. There was a door, olive branch extended, nigga. Your whole fresh start for you. Niggas that don't know you, nigga, you got Atlanta all to yourself. I got you, cuzzo. You got Atlanta. Go. Don't come here. This nigga begged me on the motherfucking phone for 2 hours to the point this nigga bribed me. Like, this nigga damn near paid me a plane ticket to come pick this nigga up. He just 3.5 hours away. I don't turn down good money. So I'm like, all right, fuck it. I go get this nigga. I want my cash, nigga. As soon as I pull up, nigga, I will drive off, nigga, like this is a drug deal going wrong on your ass. Bam. Hit me with my cash. And I'm like, nigga, I ain't never been to Myrtle Beach. Take me to the motherfucking beach so I can at least stick my big toe in the water, nigga, and we can bounce. Know what I mean? So we go. I was a little disappointed because the beach was flat. I ain't reached flat beach. Okay. Anyway, you know what I mean? Took my little picture, say I was there like everybody else do. We out. We get here, drop your man off. He done already prearranged some shit for one of his partners to pick him up. We in a fucking convenience store. Our niggas know I'm here. This nigga done call somebody like, yo, come get me from the store. This nigga about to drop me off. So he done. I'm done with him. I got him from A to B. Back to my business. Now, I'm in the studio, minding my own fucking business. It's probably about 10 o'clock at night. I'm almost done with this shit, y'all. And I get a phone call. It's my cousin. He telling me his girl accusing him of stealing some money and blah, blah, blah. I'm in here in the zone, nigga, under the red lights and bobbing. And I'm like, what the fuck, nigga, like, what the fuck you want me to do? Man, come over here, blah, 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 whatever. I should have went over there without my money. Let me tell you why. So I go over there, and mind you, these motherfuckers is like 6 years older than me, so they my OGs. They disrespecting the fuck out of each other. I'm sitting on the couch like a little kid. I'm like, why the fuck y'all call me over here? What the fuck is this? She saying some outlandish shit I ain't fucking heard. And then out of the whole shit, he attacking her. And then somebody said crack. And I was like, hold the fuck up. Nah, dawg. What? Crack? Who's smoking crack? I'm like, nigga, the shit you took, like tears was coming to my eyes because I wasn't expecting that. We buried that pain. We buried that experience so you could at least, like, you going to jail because you stupid, that's you. But to bring crack into the conversation, whole nother animal. Because now you bringing up all of this shit that we went through to save you. And your girl just told me, nigga, you smoking? Like, literally, man, if I'd have had my motherfucking burn on me, I'd have shot this nigga. Like, literally, you going out like that? Nah, I'd rather take you out myself than to watch that shit happen again, my nigga. It ain't no. So that door opened up a whole bunch of other shit I did not need to hear. So it was over $100. I don't know what the fuck was what, but fuck it. Threw $100 on the table. I gotta go. I ain't got time to be witnessing this bullshit. I'm already cut because you said crack. And I know we ain't doing this again, nigga. So he swore up and down he didn't take her money. But when we get outside, he told me to hold up. He gave me a hug. He said, thank you. I'm going to get you the money back. And I'm like, why would you give me the money back if you didn't take the money? So you basically just told on yourself. So now I have to leave and really be aware of he's somewhere else with it. And the love is still there. But I can't take the energy to save him. That is not, I can't save him. After everything that you just went through, the past 18, 20 years, the 2 long bids and losing your father and leaving Trenton and all of that shit, man, to come back to that. Nah, dog. That pain, nobody else in the family went through with that nigga. So that shit was real personal. What I'm saying to you is, people that have demons, you may have problems, but problems and demons, 2 totally different entities, man. And unless you've experienced that trauma, that hopelessness, loving somebody, but not being able to save their lives, and then watch them destroy themselves in the process. And this is for the people who say, well, he should have had good people in his corner. My cousin had good people in his corner. I'm quite sure DMX had good people in his corner. Ain't no way in the hell the nigga was loved the way he was loved after he died. And you trying to tell me wasn't nobody saying nothing positive? Don't be that fucking naive, man. There were people who probably went through hell trying to help that brother. But when your demons are bigger than the things that you see, the things that you love, and the things that you know, there's nothing you can do for anybody like that. We've seen this story play out over and over and over and over. He ain't the first one. You may have somebody in your family that's strung out on drugs, that y'all was like this, but now you don't even acknowledge the motherfucker no more because you know you can't save them. We've all seen that. We've been through that. So I don't have the answer in that particular situation, because if it was up to me, just speaking on about my peoples, if it was up to me, he would still be here today. But he died at 50, just like DMX. So it's a lot of similarities that made me want to share this with you and bring this up. And hopefully some family members will gain understanding from this conversation, man. I don't want to say that I blame him. I think if he would have chose the people who really loved him versus the people he wanted to love him, he would probably still be here. I ain't saying we would have saved him from doing the shit that he do, but he would still be here. I think when you are that far gone, that lost, that confused, and your demons, they pull you, man. Because I remember running from mine. Like, I ran. And then I turned around and I said, I'm going to fight back. And that's what saved my life from the things that I was going through. He didn't fight back. People say X was strong. He was. Whether it was somebody who did him dirty, I don't know what kind of drugs that brother was on. But sometimes you don't get a fair fight, man. And that's what people need to understand. All of them kids out here dying off of that fentanyl shit because they thinking they taking a ibuprofen or aspirin or some shit, or regular ass pain pill that motherfuckers pop on the regular, right? And somebody done laced you with some shit, my nigga. That's evil. That person, for whatever reason, I think it's fucked up that people do that. But there are niggas out here that will destroy you, kill you. For I don't get it. I don't know. I ain't cut from that cloth. I ain't even trying to understand that motherfucker shit. I just keep fingers away from me. You know what I mean? I don't play that. But some people get put in that vulnerable position. I've seen crack houses. I've seen what people do for crack, seen what people do for drugs, period, man. So if you ain't cut from that cloth, if you don't understand that life, if you ain't really fucking with demons and shit, man, don't be speaking on nobody's behalf, and don't be judging nobody, and don't be downgrading people, because that's a hell of a fight to have. I don't think you understand that. I don't give a fuck who you are, how strong you was. If you ain't strong in that moment, you're gonna lose. And that's facts. If you ain't strong when you need to be strong, your motherfucking ass is gonna lose. Period, point blank, y'all. Now, I can't see what time it is. What time is it? I got shit to do, man. Oh, hell yeah. I did this perfectly. So look, man, I just wanted to share that with y'all. Shit been like, and that ain't even the show that I wanted to do from what we missed last week, but your man died. It connected me with that, and I felt like sharing that with y'all. You know what I mean? I got a single out, Poison Tongue. It's on all.
Ain't that something? It ain't on CD though.
Whatever. It's on all CD platforms.
Though. But it ain't on CD though.
Listen though, a full album is coming soon, man. I'm trying to work with some young people who I want on this project. All right. But you know, niggas think their time is more important than mine. I'm gonna talk my shit. Niggas think their time is more important than mine, so I ain't gonna talk shit to them. It's just that, nigga, when the project come out, I don't want to hear shit, nigga, but I told you. I fucking told you. You know I don't play. You even know why y'all sleeping on the skid like that. The shit I'll talk about on the next motherfucking show, if I get to it, it's gonna explain a lot about what I got going on and what we about to get popping out here, yo. So look, I wish everybody the best. I'm trying to think positive shit to say. I didn't press anybody, but I hope you gain understanding. I hope I didn't. Exactly. I hope I ain't opened up no pain, but gave you understanding, because that's the only reason why I brought it to light, man.
Y'all make mistakes, man. That's how you
sometimes motherfuckers don't come back from the mistakes, though. So, you know, we can't save everybody, man. That's just life. No matter how pure and good your intentions are, some people gonna go out the way they gonna go out, man, and that's just them. You know what I mean? Everybody ain't cut from that thorough cloth of refinement. You know what I mean? Some people, they need excuses for everything that they do. Their failures and their successes. They need excuses and shit. I try to stay the fuck away from people like that. You know what I mean? Brick, hard-headed motherfuckers that don't listen. They only see things one way. They don't understand. Nigga, do the math. Finish the whole fucking plate. Everything ain't just fucking one way, man. You know what I mean? Big Bass, K Anonymous, Real Rap Talk Podcast.
Check the checks.
I'm about to go. Not Miss Brenda Bill up.
Poor. No, that's what you said. You
not Miss Brenda Bill. You ain't broke, nigga.
Shut your broke ass up. Shit.
Y'all,
show you how broke I am.
I'm gonna see y'all sometime this week early. Promise. Peace.